Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel, and today is another installment of our hairstylist horror stories reaction videos. We have to come up with a name for this series. This is part 2. Y'all come up with it down in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think. Like, what can we name this that'll be nice and cute and goes with the channel, honey. Before we get started, please make sure that you like this video, you subscribe to the channel with the notification bell on, and you share, because what? Sharing is caring, okay? And we're going to go ahead and jump on into this video. Our horror story today is going to be coming from a fellow content creator, of course, Miss GoldenChildChi. You can follow her here on the YouTube, and let's get into her story. So her story is called Instagram Hairstylist Horror Stories, Edges Gone, Bad Closure, and Scars. So let's get into this video.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to insert some pictures of my Instagram hairstylist experiences. Okay, so basically I booked my appointment. Everything went well. You know, they used those what is it, Style Seat? I think it was through Style Seat. Booked my appointment, and I wanted to get a lace closure install. So I like closures.
Just a side note, just looking at her hairline, as you can see, she has like full edges, she has sideburns. Frontals probably wouldn't even be like and her hairline is pretty kind of far down. Frontals would probably not even be the best option for her anyway, so it's a good thing that she prefers closures, because that's just a better option overall for what her hairline looks like.
So I had like it was like a body wave. What is it called? The curl between body wave and deep wave. So it was like a loose but still like kind of tight curl. They usually call it like a bounce curl or something.
Honey, there's
something
a million
like
names.
Ain't
no telling what kind of curl that was.
Get there and I'm waiting, of course. You know they always have you waiting. They want to charge 10 minutes for you being late, but if they have you waiting, everything is okay. Like, you just got to deal with it.
That stereotype aggravates me so bad, just as a stylist who is very punctual about her books. So I just say this to my fellow stylists: can we just as a whole do better? Because this makes us all look bad, and we all aren't always late. I'm just saying. Continue.
I don't mind you having an assistant, but I want the assistant to do good work. So I have been to stylists where the braider braids you down and then you kind of wait for the stylist to do your hair. But I don't want you to just hire like Keisha down the block to be your braider, and then she's like trash, and then now I have issues with my hair. She literally put like 8 braids in my head, and I have a problem with that because my hair is thick. You cannot put 8 braids on my head. And
all right, so let's look at this braid down. It's upside down. I don't know why she put it in like this, but I mean, it's more than 8 braids. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8, maybe 9, maybe 10, and then she has like a base braid, I guess, for the bottom. A standard braid down. You know, I'm not seeing nothing like just crazy. And you don't have to have super tiny braids if you're getting a sew in. But okay, let's see if this, they're not necessarily like clean. They're definitely not necessarily clean, but as far as the braid pattern and how many braids, I don't see that as an issue. They're just not like tight, clean braids.
Expect a flat install, and then on top of that, my head is big, so it's gonna make it seem like I need more bundles. Like my install is levitating.
So she's showing us the hump of this install. The little humpy. You got a little camel going on right here. There is definitely a little camel going on, which is weird because this part of, like, when you're braiding down, this part is going to be the flattest when you're braiding it because it has the least amount of hair. That's weird. Okay.
Her mom braided my hair, then I got to her seat. So she's installing my bundle. She's quick. Like, she was really fast. So she dyed my knot, like she bleached my knots on my closure, and they were looking a little orange. So I'm just like, you know how much money I pay for my closure, girl? Stop playing with me. So I was like rather annoyed. So I told her, like, you know, it looks a little orange. Like, my scalp is not orange. Like, can we do about this? This was an expensive closure. And she was like, oh, it'll be fine. Like, you just put makeup on it. I'm just like, but I don't want to. Like, I don't want to.
So as far as this goes, if you are like bleaching the knots and it ends up turning a little orange, it's literally a 10-minute, not even, fix. Honestly, it could be like 5 minutes. You can there are a few options you can do. You can shampoo it with some purple shampoo to neutralize that brassiness, or you can go back and hit it with a cool toner. So literally it's like a 5-10 minute fix at most. It's not going to damage your closure. You'll still be able to reuse that closure in the future. Let's say you went to a stylist and they didn't tone out the brassiness, but you still want to use it. You can take it to someone else and it could be fixed. It's not like bad.
So she did my hair, and then at the end I saw it, because you know that nowadays they turn you backwards in the mirror, so you don't get to see your hair the whole time. So they just doing Edward Scissorhands,
make you look like a damn clown.
You won't know until you turn around. So I'm just like,
no, I am that stylist. I am that stylist who turns my client, unless we're cutting, because when we cut I need to use the mirror. But like as we're styling and all this stuff, I am that client that turns you, that stylist that turns you away from the mirror, because for me, I like to see that like look of yes when you turn around and the transformation is complete. I don't want you to see me as the transformation is going, because it's almost, sometimes it's like when you're doing makeup and you know you kind of go through that ugly stage before you hit that beautiful stage. Sometimes hair can be like that too, especially like if you're coloring hair can be like that. So I like to just turn you around, and then when you come back to the mirror, baby, you are brand new, you are feeling yourself. And I like to see the glow on my client's face when they see themselves for the first time after being slayed by me. I'm just saying.
She turned me around at the end of the service, and I was just like,
that's what we doing? Like,
you told me like that? Like, it was within 5 days of the install, because I didn't keep it long.
So this is the install, you guys. So we get to see the hump up here, and yeah, that is a pretty noticeable closure. It doesn't look orange though. Small victories. And also it just looks like it could have been customized a bit more at the hairline. It should have been brought down a little bit more as well. And yeah, it's definitely not a great frontal install. So let's see how this gets resolved.
I paid $300 for this.
Oh,
$300.
So originally she said she paid $300, so she paid $200 for that. Yeah, that was not a $200 install, but oh sis, I feel bad. I thought she was gonna say like maybe 75. You know what I'm saying? Somebody knew or whatnot. Okay.
Let me tell y'all what happened. So basically, she used this thick elastic band that could probably like secure, I don't know what. Like, it was so thick. It was not the appropriate band to be using for a closure, much less to be putting on someone's skin. Like, that's gonna rest on my head for the whole duration of this install. Like, one, that's gonna cause, what is it? Not traction alopecia. It's just like too much pressure on your hair.
So this is the elastic band that she put on with the install. I've seen some people use this method. I normally only use elastic bands when I'm wearing my units, not for a sew-in, because I feel like it could possibly give you a headache. And also the elastic rubbing on your edges is just like having like cotton rubbing on your edges, which could lead to some damage. You know, that's why you want to use satin or silk scarves to wrap your hair and not like cotton. So This is not a method that I use, but I've seen it done like on Instagram and stuff a time or two.
Hairline. So I think that's why I still have like a little bald spot right here. Like if y'all see, it's looking.
Look at the damage that caused her. Oh no, poor thing.
A little skimp, and I noticed that the other day. Like I'm about to hit her up. Like hello, like I'm having long-term effects after your install.
Look at that. So I'm trying to understand. I'm just really trying to figure out, like, because the install is still in. So what is it that's making it, like, this looks like it could be infected, like almost pussy. Like, what could have caused that? I wonder, like, if she got stabbed with a needle or like what.
These little swollen bumps, which looked really disgusting. It looked like I had like a disease. And then I couldn't put anything on it because it was literally laying on it. So I texted her and I was like, look at my hair, like, look at this. But of course she wanted me to come back and fix it. And I was like, girl, this was not the only problem. Like, we had several issues with this install, but I didn't know, like, I think it was like, how old was I? This was like 4 years ago, so like 3-4 years ago. So I was like 22, not young, but like, you know, I wasn't trying to tell her outright like this install sucks and I'm happy this happened because I need it out of my head immediately.
If you are unpleased with your service in the chair, tell your stylist in the chair, because things can get rectified in the chair. If you leave and then call back, like, how can I fix it? You're not here. If you're unhappy with something, clients, tell your stylist then. You're not going to hurt their feelings. Tell them, because just like you want to be happy, most stylists want you to be happy too before you leave. Don't wait days to voice your grievances, you know?
So she sent me my money back.
Did she send the full amount?
But she ain't send the tip back that I gave her. So I was pissed. Cause I'm like, why do I be tipping people and don't like the service? That's why I hate this whole thing of like people making you feel guilty about like tipping or whatever.
So she did get her money back from the stylist, which is good. She's complaining that she didn't get the tip back. I ain't gonna lie to you. If you didn't like it, you should have tipped. Like, most of the time, especially in the hair industry, you know, a tip is a tip, you know. A tip is a tip. So I don't know what you expected to get that back from, but okay.
Because it's like people be giving horrible service and like it's like they know they're gonna get a tip, so they just really don't put their passion into it. Versus people that do the opposite and get a good tip and you know you feel good about it, you went home, you go home and you know like you.
And while she's talking, just another thing, tips in the beauty industry are greatly appreciated, but just because you're a tipper doesn't mean that everyone is. Like, I, at one point in my career, had clients that just did not know that it could be protocol to tip your beauty professional. So just because you tip, that's great, but that's not necessarily the like reality for everybody. So she has 2 stories, 2 Instagram horror stories. Okay, let's see. This first one, that did suck for sure, but I am definitely seeing, like, I've watched some other ones where you just don't get your money back. So you know, you done came out a little bit better because you did at least get your money back. Let's see what this next story is.
My hair was in like, I think it was like, my hair was in like 8 braids because I wanted to make sure that it was fully detangled so that she wouldn't have a hard time combing through it, because I know my hair's thick, like I already know that. You guys, she pulled up on me with this
To part it.
She really pulled up on me with this.
To part your hair.
This bad boy, you can't even see between the teeth of this comb. This is crazy to use on natural hair. So I was just like, even straight hair, like even if my hair was straight, that would be a bad choice. So when she came with that comb, I thought she was just using it to part, because that is a better comb to use to part. You know, it has a rat tail.
Crisp
the
parting.
point tip is very accurate. So I was like, okay, she's just gonna use it to part my hair. sis dead started raking through my hair with the comb, like literally raking, like taking my hair and raking. She was basically teasing my hair and ripping it out. She didn't have a wide tooth comb, so I was just like, you only do braids, like why do you not have a wide tooth comb? Like someone who does weave, you know, like, you know, they could slide because it's like, okay, maybe they don't need it.
I don't
maybe
agree.
They only deal with perm clients.
I don't agree. I feel like if you do hair, your tools are your arsenal. Like your combs are your tools. That's your arsenal. You should have a comb and a brush for, you know, literally anything from your rat tail, you know, your wide tooth combs, your cutting combs, your multi-purpose combs, you know, your boar bristle brush, your Denman brush. Like you should have a variety of all of them, especially if you are doing braids. Again, I know a lot of stylists out here nowadays are not shampooing and blow drying hair, but if you're going to be shampooing natural hair, shampooing, conditioning natural hair, you have to have a wide tooth comb. That's like a must.
But someone who does braids doesn't have a wide tooth comb? Are you crazy right now? Like, are you really crazy? So, long story short, my hair has never been the same afterwards, and it really like sat on my spirit. Like, I took my hair out and I just realized my hair was so much thinner. It was breaking like crazy. My hair is still breaking to this day. It still has not recovered. So I just reached out to her. I just really needed to close that book. Like I was just thinking about it so much that I was just like, I need to say something. Like I can't let this go by and her not know. Whatever she wants to do with the information is on her. But I was like, I need to speak up because I don't want somebody else to go through what I went through in terms of my hair. Like my hair is like my thing. Like, you know, I make hair videos. Like how I'm gonna come pull up on YouTube with my ceiling missing? Like, no.
I do appreciate her at least letting the stylist know that, you know, the technique that she used is not working for her hair. I just think that was just someone who's inexperienced and doesn't care about hair health. That's why I know for me as a person who does hair and who, you know, likes to do my own hair and stuff like that, it's so hard for me to find someone, because if I know something's not right, I'm going to say it in that moment. I'm not going to let you keep doing it. If you pull out a rat tooth comb to comb through my hair in its natural state, I'm going to tell you to stop. And I'll probably like end the appointment. You know what I'm saying? If you continue to try to do it, like I'll probably just end the appointment, because I'm not going to let you like mess up my hair. It takes a while for you to get your hair back on track. And like she said in this video, she was correct. You know, natural hair is some of the most fragile hair when it comes to manipulations and things like that. So I'm glad she at least told the stylist, but it sucks that she went through so many like bad experiences with Instagram stylists. But that's it, you guys. That is going to be the end of this video. Again, shout out to GoldenChildChi for being featured in this video. The link to her full video will be down in the description box, as well as the playlist for my other hairstylist horror story or beauty industry horror story reaction videos. That playlist will be in the description box as well. Remember, if you have a suggestion for a name for this series of videos, y'all drop it down in the comment section. My lighting is horrible. But yeah, that's it. That's going to be the end of this video. Please be on the lookout. I'm going to be dropping these videos every Tuesday, hopefully through the end of the year. Fingers crossed. So y'all be on the lookout for that, and I will see y'all in the next one. All right, peace.